with Sue Bird coming in, at least this is someone that has been positive on Caitlyn at times. And I think the issue with Sue Bird, though, is she has her hand kind of in so many things. And between with her podcast, where she tries to advocate for the players, but she's also an owner in the league. And now she's got the Team USA thing, and she's got all these connections and relationships she has to maintain. But at the end of the day, if it comes down to someone that went to UConn and someone that did not go to UConn, the UConn Mafia is going to stick together until proven.
Let's be honest. Team USA just created one of the biggest self-inflicted disasters women's basketball has ever seen. And watching this thing unravel in real time, you can't look away. Here's the bombshell. Caitlyn Clark, the most influential, game-altering superstar in the sport, has reportedly drawn a hard line. If Team USA takes her number away, she walks. No debate, no negotiation, no backing down, and behind the scenes, Sue Bird is scrambling to contain a crisis that never should have existed in the first place. But let's be real, the damage might already be beyond repair, because according to multiple reports from the December training camp, Team USA told Caitlyn Clark she could not wear number 22, the number she's worn since childhood, the number fans instantly associate with her, the number that is literally a cornerstone of her global brand, and the wildest part.
We haven't even made it to training camp yet. We have not even made it to the December 12th Women's USA Basketball training camp yet, and they are already...
Nobody else had 22. It wasn't assigned. It wasn't promised. It wasn't tied to any veteran. It was just sitting there, untouched, wide open for the one athlete who made it iconic, and they still said no. That's not a mix-up. That's not oversight. That's a message. A quiet reminder of who's in charge. A not-so-subtle attempt to check her influence, and fans are furious, because this blew up right before the December 12th training camp in North Carolina. A camp meant to celebrate the future of women's basketball with Paige Buchers, Juju Watkins, Kiki, Brink, the next generation of stars. Instead, everything was overshadowed by one bizarre, unnecessary controversy. Now here's the truth nobody can ignore. Caitlyn Clark's number 22 is the most recognizable number in women's sports. It represents her deep logo shooting, her court vision, her competitive fire, her rise, her legacy, her brand. Millions of fans, 22 is Caitlyn Clark. So when Team USA decided she should wear number 17, a number with zero meaning to her, she pushed back, and she should have, because this isn't happening in a vacuum. This comes right after she was left off the Olympic roster, a snub that still has fans scratching their heads. Now add the number fiasco on top of that, it suddenly looks intentional, like someone, somewhere, is uncomfortable with how massive Caitlyn Clark has become, like they're trying to shrink her influence instead of embracing it. And here's where things get ugly. Caitlyn Clark holds every ounce of leverage. She doesn't need Team USA, she doesn't need the marketing boost. She doesn't need the validation that she's already the biggest ratings engine in women's basketball history. She already transformed the WNBA, she already broke records that may never fall. But Team USA, they desperately need her. They need the spotlight she brings, they need the millions of fans she attracts, they need the cultural weight she carries. That if she walks, it's a catastrophe, and Sue Bird knows it. Then came the proof, the official roster sheet, Caitlyn Clark, number 17. And right below it, no one wearing 22. They chose conflict, they chose controversy, they chose to disrespect the face of the sport, and now this has become much bigger than a jersey number. It hits the core issue female athletes have been fighting for decades: respect, recognition, and control over their own identity. This controversy speaks to everything players have been shouting during CBA negotiations, during lockout threats, during years of being undervalued. Because Caitlyn isn't being dramatic. She's sending a message: I won't let you shrink me. I won't let you control me. I won't let you erase the identity I built. And honestly, a lot of athletes admire her for it. Players like Aya Wilson and Cameron Brink were number 22 too, and historically, this was never a crisis. Players figured it out privately. No drama, no power plays, no executive stepping in with mandates. USA Basketball didn't solve a problem. They created one. They invented a crisis that didn't exist and disrespected the most influential athlete the sport has ever seen. And now Sue Bird is stuck trying to defend a decision that contradicts everything she says publicly about respecting players. But here's the bottom line. Caitlyn Clark is under no obligation to compromise. She has already changed women's basketball forever. She has nothing to prove. If Team USA wants her back, The burden is entirely on them, and fixing this requires more than quietly switching numbers behind the scenes. They need to own the mistake, they need to restore trust, they need to acknowledge her value, because Caitlin Clark walking away from Team USA would send a seismic message across all sports. You do not have to accept disrespect, even from the biggest institutions in the world. So now the question is simple: does Sue Bird reverse the decision and give her number 22 back, or does Caitlin Clark stand firm and skip camp entirely? Either way, this story isn't over. What do you think her next move should be?